everybody. I'm Brian Wilfong. I'm a communications coordinator here at C-TEC of Licking County, and this is episode 2 of C-TEC's podcast, Skills Chatter. And this time we are profiling some senior students here at C-TEC just before their graduation. This podcast is geared towards incoming juniors and seniors and just those who have a general interest in the caliber of student and the variety of student that we have here at C-TEC. So first up, we have a young man from our medical assisting program, Braden, and I'll let him introduce himself.
Hello, my name is Braden. I'm in the medical assisting lab at this school named C-TEC.
And what is your home school, Braden?
My home school is Newark High School.
Okay, so you come to us from Newark.
Yes.
And you're a month and a half or so from graduation.
Yeah.
Excited?
I am excited.
All right. Excellent. So let's just jump right in. As we've mentioned, you're in our medical assisting program here at C-TEC. How did you first become interested in career tech programs, C-TEC in general?
Well, in my social studies class, we had a presentation about C-TEC. I was talking about like the vast programs that you guys have here as medical assistant, clinical care, electrical, etc.
Mm-hmm.
And it looked really interesting to me. The first day we went over it, and then the next day we came back, we got small boxes of like stuff from the lab.
Mm-hmm.
So for the medical assisting, I got some gloves and then a small like experiment that I could do.
Okay.
And it really interested me with the hands-on.
Excellent. So the hands-on is a big deal for you.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
All right. So you're in medical assisting. We'll talk about your career goals here in a second, but did you know anything about medical assisting or the medical field before applying for it?
The most thing I knew was about like a doctor's office. How you go to the doctor's office and you go into the doctor's office and then they will take your vitals and then all that. Or like a hospital-based medical field where like you're in a hospital and you have doctors in your room talking to you.
Gotcha. So before enrolling in this program, did you have an interest in the medical field?
Yes, I did have an interest in the medical field.
So it was already there. This just continued it.
Yes.
Okay. Are you currently working?
Yes, I am currently working.
Where?
At Licking Memorial Hospital.
Awesome. And what do you do there?
I'm a PCA, which is a patient care assistant. I'm like a step down from a nurse where like I just take care of the patients. I do mostly everything with them besides pass them their medications.
Gotcha. And that is actually part of our work-based learning STA program here at C-TEC, where you are working and being paid in a career field related to the program that you're taking.
Yes.
Okay. And you enjoy that a lot.
I love my job at the hospital.
Awesome. So how do you find working, being paid, and being in a program, a full-time student at the same time? How do you balance that?
I balance it by it just comes down to the hard work. It sucks coming home from work and doing homework, but you have to if you want to make it in life. So I just come home, I do my work, and whenever I don't get done when I come home, I just shoot the next day.
Okay, good. So you have to be pretty disciplined and scheduled.
Yes.
Yeah, it's called real world. It's rough coming from work and having to take care of kids or yards and things like that too. So yeah, just entering adulthood a little early.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you. So do you happen to have a favorite academic subject?
It is math.
Why?
Well,
I'm kidding. Math is okay, but whatever.
Yeah, I like math because it's like I don't like English because like of all the writing and reading, but math is more you have to actually think.
Okay, all right. You have to think in that. Yeah. Got it. Maybe that's why I don't like it. Excellent. All right. So what makes sense though? I mean, the health field. Do you do well in science?
Yes, I do.
Okay, well, that makes sense. And you've got a health interest in math and science, so that's a big deal in that. So you like math. Are you taking any college credit plus courses?
I am. I'm in Composition 1.
Which is an English course.
Yes, it is an English course.
Okay. So why did you feel it was important to take college credit plus classes while a high school student?
I feel it's important because you get that small head start on your college life.
Excellent. All right. I mean, it really is that simple. That's the reason to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're not in school and you're not working, there's probably not a lot of time, but what are some fun things you like to do to occupy yourself?
Well, the main thing is when it was in season, I was on the Newark bowling team.
Excellent.
I love to bowl. So, and then after the season's over, I still try to bowl and practice and improve myself.
Are you a pretty good bowler?
Yes, I'm a pretty good bowler.
So you played for Newark's school team?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. That's something you see yourself doing for many years in the future?
Yes, I do.
All right, excellent. So you also used to play an instrument?
Yes, I played the clarinet.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do you have a favorite type of music?
Oh, well, when I was in middle school, we used to play like old rock songs like "Don't Stop Believing"
Okay.
or
Pretty-
"Eye of the Tiger" was like one of those main songs that we played.
All right. And so you like classical rock?
Yeah.
Okay. So what are your plans? I mean, you're almost a graduate. What are your plans after high school?
A long time in college
And why will there be a long time in college?
because I want to be a anesthesiologist.
Okay. So medical school and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
You are going to be in college for a while. But I think that's interesting that you say that because that reveals an important point. You just didn't come to this thought yesterday. I mean, you've been enrolled in a medical program now for 2 years. You're working at a hospital. You were thinking about this a while ago.
Yeah, I was.
When did a career in healthcare start to interest you?
Well, when I was younger, my mom always was like, "You should be a doctor." I was like, "I don't know if I want to be a doctor now." Well, I was like 10 years old, so I was like, "Oh,
Sure.
I'll think about it." And then as the years got older, I was like, I kind of want to be something based like in the medical field.
Excellent.
And then I did my job searching and I found an anesthesiologist, and that spiked it spiked an interest in me.
Okay.
So yeah.
Good for you. And you also you've done the work. You have good grades. You're good in math and science, which is important in the medical field. It's why I would not be good in the medical field. And so you just didn't come to this conclusion overnight. There was preparation for it.
Yeah, that was.
Excellent. So, yeah, I really enjoyed getting to know you a little today, Braden. What is something that you wish someone had told you before you came to C-TEC?
I wish I would have known that all labs had a chance to do the work-based learning, because at first we were told it was just the welding and the elections.
Yeah.
But now that I'm here and I know that all labs have the opportunity to have work-based learning.
Excellent. Yeah, that's a great point, is that it's not just the skilled trades.
Yeah.
All of the programs have that opportunity. And then do you have any bit of advice for incoming juniors?
The advice is not give up. You can't give up. All the teachers here are amazing. I love all my teachers with respect, but all the teachers I have had will always work with you with late work or work that you haven't done yet. And if you ever need help, to ask.
Okay.
Ask around.
Excellent. That's a great point, because we all kind of need grace in life, right? We all have the times where we need people to be lenient with us. Excellent. I appreciate this time. Well done, Braden, and best of luck in your future endeavors.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hey, everybody. We're back with our second student for this episode. She is a senior in our Fire EMT program, which we call FMS over here at acronym Happy C-TEC. And I'm going to let her introduce herself.
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Kara Smith. I go to Watkins Memorial High School, and I am in the Fire and EMS program.
Okay, so Watkins is your home school.
Yes.
Gotcha. So obviously, you're very close to graduation.
Yes.
You're almost done. How did you first become interested in C-TEC and specifically your program?
Well, I've always had a love for public service. A lot of my life, I wanted to go into law enforcement, and I just kind of realized that wasn't what I wanted to do. I was more interested in the medical aspect of things. And who doesn't want to fight fire?
Sure. Well, I don't, but good for you. So did you know anything about Fire EMT medical prior to coming to C-TEC?
A little bit, not a whole lot, but I had just always loved the idea of it. I have a lot of family that's in the medical field, so it just was kind of a good fit for me.
All right. But will you be the first fire person in your family?
Yes, to successfully complete it, yeah.
Okay, excellent. Good for you. So obviously, a lot of our seniors here at C-TEC are working. Are you working?
I am working.
Where?
So I work at Utica Emergency Squad in Utica. And then I'm also an intern at the West Licking Joint Fire District.
Wow. So pretty full. I mean, is it a 40-hour week or darn close to it?
It kind of depends, week to week. Most weeks I am at West Licking Monday, Thursday, 4 to 10.
Okay.
And then at Utica, I'm typically there for 24-hour shifts on the weekends.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're, wow. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Obviously, the fire program is a pretty intense program.
Yes.
A lot of hours that are required for
Yes.
it, which you all are experiencing right now. And everyone else is winding down and fire is winding up
Oh, yeah.
in the last month of school. How do you balance that time? That's difficult.
I don't know if I've even really figured out how to balance it, if I'm being honest.
Sure.
Still kind of figuring out how to balance school with it. But as far as just bouncing back and forth between departments, I have that down pretty well.
Okay.
Yep.
Good for you. Obviously, you don't waste a lot of time.
No.
No, probably not. So, speaking of school, do you have a favorite academic subject?
Anatomy was my favorite over here.
Really?
Yes.
It kind of makes sense. Is anything behind that, or just the interest of?
I liked the hands-on part of it. We did a lot of dissections. I just liked the way that Ms. Steitler she taught the class.
Sure.
Lots of coloring.
All right, which could be calming.
Yes.
All right. Excellent. Good for you. So you're not in school. You're not working.
Uh-huh.
Do you have time for other things? What are some other hobbies or things that you do to occupy your time?
Well, when I have time, I play travel softball.
Okay.
I'm very artsy. I like to paint. I like to color.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. What position in softball?
I play first base.
All right. Good for you. So tell us something about yourself that maybe would surprise people.
I can touch my tongue to my nose.
You can touch your tongue with your nose.
Yep.
Is this a hereditary trait? Can others in your family do this?
Nope.
All right. Demonstrate, please. That is... that's weird. All right. Well, hey, that's an interesting life skill. Is there anything else about you that might be interesting to folks?
Well, I'm the Ohio HOSA state president for the 2023-2024 term.
Okay, excellent. So I did a terrible job of setting that up, but I did want the audience to know this. You're graduating, and yet you are... Well, first off, explain what HOSA is.
Sure. So HOSA is Health Occupation Students of America. It is a global organization, so we have multiple countries involved. I just saw something yesterday about China HOSA. So that's always a really interesting thing to see. We do a lot of healthcare-based competitive events as well as some leadership opportunities. But yeah, it's a great opportunity.
So, but it's an organization that students at C-TEC who are in kind of the health field career paths here, it's a student organization that they participate.
Yes. So medical assisting, fire, clinical care, physical therapy, dental, and vet science.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
And so were you an officer on the state level this year?
Yes. I was a state vice president.
Okay. And so you're graduating and you'll be the president your first year of college.
Yes.
How does that work?
To be determined.
Okay.
We'll figure it out as we go. But I loved all the opportunities that I had with it last year. I had the opportunity to do it all over again.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome. Good for you. And are you the first state president for C-TEC?
I am.
Yeah, I thought so. I think you're the first state officer.
I am the first state officer. Yep.
Wow, good for you. 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
Run that joint. All right, good for you. So after high school, obviously, one of your plans is you're going to serve as a president of HOSA for a year. But what else will you be doing next year?
So next year I'll be attending Columbus State Community College to get my paramedic certification. And then after I get my paramedic certification, I will go back to get an associate's in emergency medical services technology.
Awesome. Good for you. Well, while being HOSA president, will you still be working?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
It's a good thing you're young. You'll have the energy for it.
We'll see.
Nah, you'll do it. I have no doubt. So this podcast has kind of been geared towards incoming students, their parents.
Yes.
What is something you wish someone had told you, or a piece of advice that you think would be valuable to someone considering C-TEC or someone who's on their way?
You really get in what you or you really get out of it what you put into it. I didn't get a lot of these opportunities, even working, that if I hadn't have done what I do here, I wouldn't have it. So as much work as you put into it, it is what you're going to get out of it.
And so next year going into Columbus State, you've got a leg up on probably some of your classmates.
Yeah.
Because of all of these things that you've mentioned, HOSA, the working, the training in the program.
Yep. It's also, it's not very common for people to go straight out of, or even to come here and get an EMT certification in high school.
Yeah.
Let alone go to paramedic school straight out of high school. Most people wait years before they go. But we've all been kind of encouraged to take that jump and just go get it over with. So
good for you. Well, why do you think people wait?
They wait for the experience typically.
Okay.
Especially a lot of different people I've talked to that are in my position. Like I have a friend that I work with at Utica who went through the adult program.
Gotcha.
He was in this last fall class, and I asked him one day, why are you not going to medic school right now? He said, I want to get the skills down. I want to learn how to be a good EMT before I go learn how to be a good paramedic.
Sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that overlap between EMT and paramedic, and you just get to do more fun stuff.
Awesome. Good for you. Well, you certainly have a plan, and you stuck to it. So congratulations, Madam President.
Thank you.
And don't let the power go to your head. And I will hear good things about you, I'm sure, in the years to come. So well done. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks for being here.
Absolutely.
All right, everybody. We're here with our final student for today, another senior here at C-TEC. We'll go ahead and let her introduce herself. So why don't you tell everyone your name and your home school and what program you are enrolled in?
I'm Riley Dunlap from Licking Valley, and I'm currently in welding.
Welding. Awesome. And there are quite a few young ladies in welding.
2 other ones.
Yeah, and every year we have a significant amount. Yeah, more and more, which is pretty awesome. So you're in welding in the skilled trades, and we'll talk more about that here in a bit. But first off, Riley, how did you become interested in C-TEC?
So it was never particular on my future list, but I knew a few people that went. My parents both went.
Oh, okay.
But when I started to get into welding, I kind of looked at it as an option, and I finally decided to.
Gotcha. So your parents went here?
They did.
Oh, yeah. That's cool. Do you know what programs?
My mom was in the dental, and my dad went for auto collision. You guys don't have it no more.
Yeah,
but
no. All right, cool. Do they work in those fields now?
My dad is an estimator for an auto body shop, and my mom has worked for the same orthodontist for 23 years or something
awesome.
like that.
So literally what they learned here at C-TEC, they applied to the rest of it. That's cool. So you're in welding, and you said that was there an interest in welding prior to taking the program?
Not initially.
Okay.
So I wanted to be a neurosurgeon if you would have asked me sophomore year.
Okay.
After taking an anatomy class, I was like, this isn't for me.
Okay. I think that's really cool because as a sophomore in high school, you went, this is not so good. That's a whole lot better than you learning that as a sophomore in college.
Yeah. So I'm big on kind of trying to get everything set for my life.
Good for you.
And so going to guidance counselors and trying to set up a path for neurosurgery, and I took that class and realized it wasn't for me. And that's another good thing about C-TEC is before going into a field, knowing like in high school without wasting time of your future life, you know what you want to do or not.
You just that's it. You're the marketing. That's precise. I mean, you just hit everything that's important there, and I find that really impressive that you said, I want to be a neurosurgeon, so you talked to your guidance counselor to start down that path, and then realized that wasn't your path. Good for you. So you not only talked about it, you followed up with it, and then learned a lesson as a result. I don't want to do this. So one of the things about you that I think is really cool is you are participating in our work-based learning option here at C-TEC, which we've talked about. Where are you working right now?
I currently work at TP Mechanical.
Okay. And it was brought to our attention you are working for them, and you are well compensated.
I am.
For a high school student, I was like, wow, that's really impressive. So what does your work schedule look like with them?
So when I am at work, we start at 6 in the morning, so it's about an hour drive for me. So
Okay.
I'm up about 4:30, out the door by 5. And we get off at 2:30. We normally work through lunch, but most job sites kind of require lunch.
Yeah.
We get off at 2:30. Sometimes we work overtime, but I like getting off early, so
I'm sure.
it makes up for going in early.
And so like with work-based learning here at C-TEC, you are at school one week and you're there one week, or how does that work?
Yeah, so right now I'm at work or at school, and next week I'll be at work all week. I won't come to school at all.
So how do you balance that? Because school's still happening even though you're not here,
Yeah.
and the work is required. So how do you stay on top of that?
So whenever I get back to school, instead of, like, I'll do all my academics, but instead of going to lab, I'm in study halls to make up my past work. And a lot of teachers are pretty lenient and help you out and give you some time to finish up your work. So.
Yeah, awesome. Riley is. We have lots of success stories of students working, but Riley's is a really interesting example of it. It's I'm just thrilled that the high school student has the knowledge and the skill to earn the money that you're earning in high school. It really is about what you know and how you apply it.
It is.
So when you're not in school and you're not working, what extracurricular activities do you like to do?
Since I'm from Licking Valley, we have FFA, so I'm in that a lot. I mean, so something cool about our school is we have a school farm. So we board hogs, dairy feeders, and chickens there, and then as well as, 100 acres of farming. So we get to do that, and we bail about bail time. So
I was going to say, yeah.
I'm bailing when I'm there or working with my animals for fairs.
Awesome. All right, so you do fair?
I do.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, very cool. So tell us something about yourself that may surprise folks.
So I started motocross when I was about 4, and something cool I got to do, and my parents, God bless them, we built a motocross track out in the backyard, and I bet my mom got tired of hearing that every night.
Do you still have it?
So I moved, and I started building one out in my house. So.
All right. Very awesome. Do you think that's something you'll continue to do, or?
Yep.
Very
probably.
Why do you like it so much?
I like flirting with death sometimes. It's real fun. The adrenaline, and the bonds, and just soaring through there. It's so much fun.
Yeah. Very cool. Good for you. So you said you have some pretty definite plans after high school. What's that?
So I like where I'm at, but I've always been into outdoors and wildlife, and so I'm kind of looking at going for wildlife conservation at Zane State. So I just applied there. Hopefully gonna be able to be a game warden, but I'm still gonna work through school. I'm trying to do online school and still make money, and I always have this as a backup plan.
Absolutely. So that's really cool. So you're going to use welding to help you get to yet another skill.
Possibly, yep.
And using that to, I assume, pay for college and all that. That's brilliant. Good for you. So you obviously are pretty, I don't know if organized is the right word, but you think through things and you realize that you have to take steps to get to an end point. So what is, this video is kind of geared towards incoming juniors, their parents, and just C-TEC students in general. What is a piece of advice you would give a student?
I think that coming into C-TEC, you think that you have to go with that career, and that's not true at all. Like, I think you don't have to be so stressed out of going into what you're in. You learn that skill, but you don't need to be set on it at all. And another thing is not getting behind. Like last year, we had COVID a little bit, so it didn't help too much, but you can get behind really fast and it doesn't help you at all.
No, and that's great advice for life. Riley, I am very impressed by your thoughtfulness and the way you kind of articulate things. So frankly, I don't have anything else to add. But well done. We're proud of you. It's really awesome, the things that you're doing, and you're getting ready to graduate here and taking next steps. And I'm pretty confident you'll be successful in whatever those steps are. So thank you for your time today.
Thank you.